Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel where we tackle real-life challenges with practical solutions. Today, I'm going to share powerful methods to break free from smartphone addiction and reclaim control of your time and attention. Let me ask you something. Do you find yourself picking up your phone without even realizing it? Maybe you've sat down to work on something important, only to look up and realize you've been scrolling for an hour. Or perhaps you've tried to have a conversation with someone, but couldn't resist checking that notification that just came in. How about lying in bed, promising yourself just 5 more minutes of scrolling, then suddenly it's 2 a.m. and you have to wake up in 4 hours? These scenarios sound familiar, right? You're definitely not alone in this struggle. Research from multiple universities shows that people check their phones over 100 times per day on average. Many of us feel like we're losing the battle against our devices, but here's the exciting part. The methods I'm sharing today have helped thousands of people break free from this cycle, and they can help you too. Now, let's understand why breaking phone habits feels so difficult. There are 3 main culprits here that we need to address. First, your brain is literally being hijacked by design. Every time you get a notification or see something new on your feed, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical involved in addiction. Apps are specifically engineered to trigger this response. They use something called variable reward schedules, just like slot machines in casinos. You never know when you'll see something interesting, so you keep checking and scrolling, hoping for that next hit of satisfaction. Second, we've developed what researchers call automatic behavior patterns. Your brain loves efficiency, so it creates shortcuts. Phone in hand equals open social media. Waiting in line equals check messages. Feeling bored equals reach for phone. These patterns happen below conscious awareness, which is why you often find your phone in your hand without remembering the decision to pick it up. The third issue is emotional dependency. We've learned to use our phones as emotional pacifiers. Feeling anxious? Check social media. Feeling lonely? Scroll through feeds. Uncomfortable silence? Pull out the phone. But here's the crucial insight: none of these patterns are permanent. Your brain is incredibly adaptable, and with the right strategies, you can rewire these habits surprisingly quickly. Now let's dive into the practical methods that actually work. The first method is the scheduled check system, and this one is a game changer. Here's exactly how to implement it. Start by turning your phone to completely silent mode, not vibrate, but actually silent. Vibrations are still distracting and will pull your attention. Next, decide on specific check intervals. I recommend starting with every 30 minutes if you're heavily dependent, then gradually extending to 45 minutes, then an hour. Set a timer on your computer or use a kitchen timer, something separate from your phone. When the timer goes off, you have exactly 5 minutes to check everything: messages, emails, social media, whatever you need. Set another timer for these 5 minutes. When it rings, phone goes face down, silent mode back on, and you return to your life. The key to success here is treating these check times as appointments with your phone. You wouldn't randomly check your phone during a movie at the cinema, right? Treat the rest of your day the same way. Many people report that within just 3 days of using this method, they start feeling less anxious about missing notifications. After a week, you'll notice your focus improving dramatically. One person shared that after a month of scheduled checks, they went from checking their phone 150 times a day to just 12 scheduled checks, saving literally hours of their life every single day. The second method is what I call the friction strategy, and it's brilliantly simple. The goal is to make accessing problematic apps just inconvenient enough that you'll think twice. Start by deleting social media apps from your phone entirely. Wait, don't panic. You can still access them through your browser when you really need to. The extra steps of opening the browser, typing the address, and logging in create just enough friction to break the automatic behavior. It takes your brain from autopilot to conscious decision-making. Next, turn off all notifications except for actual phone calls and maybe messages from specific important contacts. No email notifications, no app notifications, no news alerts. Your phone should only interrupt you for genuine emergencies. Here's a powerful addition: enable grayscale mode on your phone. Go to your accessibility settings and turn on the grayscale filter. Your phone becomes dramatically less appealing when it's not in full color. Research shows that the bright colors of app icons and interfaces are specifically designed to be irresistible to your brain. Take away the colors, and suddenly your phone looks boring. Combine this with moving all remaining apps off your home screen except for essential tools like Maps or Calculator. Make your home screen completely blank or just have a simple clock widget. Every extra tap required to open an app is a chance for your conscious mind to ask, "Do I really need to do this right now?" People using this method report cutting their usage by 60 to 70% within the first week. The third method is the physical barrier technique, and this one is almost too simple to believe, but it works incredibly well. The principle is this: physical distance creates mental distance. Start by establishing a charging station for your phone that's not in your main living spaces. Maybe it's in the hallway, the kitchen counter, or even better, in another room entirely. When you're home, that's where your phone lives unless you're actively using it for a specific purpose. During meals, your phone stays at the charging station. During work sessions, same thing. And here's the crucial one: at bedtime, your phone stays at the charging station, not on your nightstand. Get a basic alarm clock for wake-ups. They cost less than $10 and will transform your sleep quality. For extra effectiveness, put your phone in a drawer or box where you can't see it. Research from a major university found that even having your phone visible, even when it's turned off, reduces cognitive performance by 10%. Your brain allocates attention to resisting the phone, leaving less mental capacity for everything else. Think about it this way: imagine trying to diet with a chocolate cake sitting on your desk all day. Even if you don't eat it, part of your mental energy is constantly spent resisting it. Your phone works the same way. Out of sight truly means out of mind in this case. Here's a practical tip that makes this even more effective: create what I call phone parking spots throughout your home. Designate specific places where your phone goes when you enter different rooms. Kitchen counter when cooking, hallway table when entering your home, bathroom counter never. Keep phones out of bathrooms entirely. This transforms phone placement from a decision you make hundreds of times into an automatic habit. After about 2 weeks, you'll find yourself automatically placing your phone in these spots without thinking about it. One person described this method as, like my phone went from being a loud attention-seeking toddler to a quiet tool that I use when I need it. Another person shared that they started leaving their phone in their car when visiting friends, and it completely transformed their social interactions. Conversations became deeper, they noticed more details about their friends' expressions and emotions, and everyone commented on how much more present they seemed. Within a week of implementing physical barriers, most people report feeling more present in their daily activities and significantly better sleep quality. The physical distance creates psychological distance, breaking that invisible tether between you and your device. The fourth powerful method is the replacement activity system. Here's the thing: you can't just remove a habit, you need to replace it with something else. Your brain hates emptiness, so let's give it better options. Take 10 minutes right now to write down 5 activities you genuinely enjoy or have wanted to do more of. Maybe it's reading, sketching, playing guitar, doing puzzles, taking walks, whatever brings you satisfaction. Write this list on a note card and put it where you usually use your phone, on your coffee table, desk, or by your favorite chair. Now here's the implementation strategy. When you feel the urge to pick up your phone, look at your list first and commit to doing one of those activities for just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Often, you'll find yourself continuing much longer once you start. The key is making these alternative activities as accessible as your phone. Keep a book on your coffee table. Leave your sketchpad and pencils out. Put your walking shoes by the door. The easier it is to start the replacement activity, the more likely you'll choose it over your phone. Here's an advanced strategy that makes this even more powerful. Create activity stations around your home. Set up a reading corner with good lighting and your current book visible. Create an art station with supplies ready to go. Establish a workout area with your yoga mat already rolled out or resistance bands hanging nearby. When everything is set up and waiting for you, starting becomes effortless. You're removing all the friction between the urge to do something and actually doing it. Let me share some specific replacement activities that work especially well. Puzzle books like Sudoku or crosswords give your brain the problem-solving stimulation it craves from games and apps. Adult coloring books provide the visual engagement and sense of completion. Learning origami keeps your hands busy while developing a new skill. Practicing a musical instrument, even for 5 minutes, gives you a sense of progress and achievement. Home improvement projects or organizing tasks give you visible results. Even simple activities like making tea mindfully, doing stretches, or writing in a journal can become deeply satisfying replacements. People report rediscovering passions they'd forgotten about. One person started learning Spanish during their former scrolling time and became conversational in 6 months. They used a physical workbook instead of an app, making it impossible to switch to social media mid-lesson. Another person read 23 books in a year after previously thinking they didn't have time to read. Someone else learned to solve a Rubik's Cube, practiced card tricks, and started a small vegetable garden, all during time previously spent scrolling. The key insight here is that your phone scrolling time isn't relaxation time. It's actually time you could be using for genuinely fulfilling activities that leave you feeling accomplished rather than drained. The fifth method is the digital sunset ritual, and this one will revolutionize your evenings and sleep. Choose a specific time when all devices go off for the night, ideally 1 to 2 hours before your intended bedtime. Make it the same time every night to build the habit. When that time arrives, put your phone on its charger in another room and switch it to airplane mode if you're worried about emergencies. Then engage in calming, phone-free activities. This could be reading, journaling, gentle stretching, preparing tomorrow's clothes, having a real conversation with family, or even just sitting with a cup of tea and letting your mind wander. The transformation here is remarkable. Within 3 days, most people notice they fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply. After 2 weeks, anxiety levels typically drop significantly. Your brain needs this wind-down time without the stimulation of screens. The blue light from phones suppresses melatonin production, but beyond that, the content itself keeps your mind racing. Social media feeds, news updates, work emails, they all trigger stress responses and mental activity that's incompatible with preparing for sleep. When you give your brain permission to slowly power down, you're working with your natural circadian rhythms instead of against them. Let me give you a specific evening routine that works incredibly well. At your designated sunset time, plug in your phone and say good night to it. Literally say the words, "Good night phone, see you tomorrow." This might sound silly, but it creates a psychological boundary. Then follow this sequence. First, do any necessary preparation for tomorrow. Set out clothes, pack your bag, prepare lunch. This removes morning stress and decision-making. Next, do something physically calming like gentle stretches, a warm shower, or light yoga. Then engage your mind gently with reading, journaling, or a calm conversation. Finally, spend the last 15 minutes doing absolutely nothing. Just sit comfortably and let your thoughts wander. This progression naturally guides your body and mind toward sleep. Many people say this single change has been more effective than any sleep medication they've tried. One person reported that after 3 weeks of digital sunsets, they no longer needed their white noise machine because their mind was actually quiet at bedtime. Another person found that their chronic insomnia, which they'd struggled with for years, virtually disappeared within a month. The quality of rest you get without late-night phone use is transformative. You'll wake up with more energy, clearer thinking, and better mood stability throughout the day. The sixth and final method is social media time boxing, and this one lets you keep social media in your life without it taking over your life. Here's the approach. You get 30 minutes per day total for all social media, and you schedule exactly when that happens. Maybe it's during your lunch break, or right after dinner, but it's a planned, conscious decision. Set a timer for 30 minutes, and when it goes off, you log out of all accounts. Actually click log out, don't just close the app. Having to log back in tomorrow creates that helpful friction we talked about earlier. Treat this time like you would a coffee break, enjoyable but limited. You'd never spend 3 hours on a coffee break, right? Same principle here. To make this work, you need to be intentional about what you're doing during those 30 minutes. Create a priority list of what matters on social media. Maybe it's keeping up with close friends, following specific creators who inspire you, or checking important groups you're part of. During your 30 minutes, focus only on these priorities. Skip the explore page, avoid random videos, ignore suggested content. You're there with a purpose, not to be entertained endlessly. Here's a powerful technique to make this even more effective. Before your social media time, write down 3 specific things you want to accomplish. Maybe it's responding to messages, checking on a specific friend, and seeing updates from your favorite creator. When your 30 minutes starts, do these 3 things first. Only if you have time left do you do any general browsing. This prevents you from spending the entire time watching random videos and then realizing you forgot to respond to important messages. People are often surprised to find that 30 focused minutes actually feels like plenty. You see what you need to see, connect with who you want to connect with, and then move on with your day. One person discovered that when they stopped endless scrolling, they actually became more connected to their real friends because they were intentionally checking in on them rather than passively consuming everyone's highlight reels. After a month of this practice, many people report that social media transforms from a time-wasting compulsion to an actually enjoyable part of their day. They look forward to their scheduled social media time because it's genuinely fun and connecting, not a mindless habit. Let me summarize the key action points we've covered today. First, schedule specific times to check your phone instead of constantly reacting to it. Next, add friction to problem apps by deleting them or using grayscale mode. Then, create physical distance by establishing a charging station away from living spaces. Fourth, replace phone time with specific enjoyable activities you've listed out. Fifth, implement a digital sunset ritual to improve your evenings and sleep. Finally, time box social media to 30 minutes at a scheduled time. The most important thing here is to start with just one method. Don't try to do everything at once. Pick the one that resonates most with you and commit to it for 1 week. That's all, just 1 week to start seeing real changes. After watching this video, I want you to take immediate action. Right now, before you do anything else, choose one method and implement it. If you're going to try scheduled checks, set your first timer now. If you're going with the friction strategy, delete those apps from your home screen this instant. If you're trying physical barriers, go put your charger in another room right now. Don't wait until tomorrow, don't wait until you feel ready. The perfect moment is this moment. It might feel uncomfortable at first, and that's completely normal. Your brain will resist these changes because it's used to the constant stimulation. But push through that initial discomfort. Within just a few days, you'll start noticing the benefits: better focus, improved sleep, more meaningful connections with people around you, and rediscovered interests and hobbies. You might even find extra hours in your day that you didn't know existed. Remember, you're not aiming for perfection here. You're aiming for progress. Some days will be harder than others, and that's okay. If you slip up and find yourself in a scrolling spiral, don't beat yourself up. Just acknowledge it, set your timer, and get back on track. Every moment is a new opportunity to make a better choice. Here's something important to remember: the first 3 days are usually the hardest. Your brain will throw everything at you: boredom, anxiety, FOMO, restlessness. This is actually a sign that the methods are working. Your brain is protesting because it's not getting its usual dopamine hits. Push through these 3 days, and it gets significantly easier. By day 7, you'll notice the compulsive urges decreasing. By day 14, new patterns start feeling natural. By day 30, you'll wonder why you ever spent so much time staring at a screen. The goal isn't to become someone who never uses their phone, it's to become someone who uses their phone intentionally, as a tool that serves your life rather than controls it. Your phone should be like a hammer, incredibly useful when you need to nail something, but you don't carry it around hitting things randomly all day. Thousands of people have successfully broken free from phone addiction using these exact methods, and you absolutely can too. Your future self will thank you for taking this step today. Imagine looking back a month from now, having read several books, learned a new skill, strengthened your relationships, improved your sleep, and feeling genuinely in control of your time and attention. That future is completely available to you, and it starts with the choice you make right now. If today's content was helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps others find these practical solutions. And if you want more strategies for improving your daily life and breaking free from habits that hold you back, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's solve life's challenges together, one practical method at a time. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, your life is waiting for you beyond that screen.